Well, and multi-muscular movements for people as they age are hugely important because you do lose your balance. You do lose your core stability and the strength of your pelvic floor. So you cannot function. You can't even play golf well if you don't have good balance.
Core, right?
You don't get in and out of your car well if you don't have good balance. And then another thing is people don't jump anymore. We don't have any, elevation off the ground. So
I need to be jumping more, huh?
You do need to.
Okay, I'm going to start
you do
jumping.
need to jump.
How about you? Do you need to jump more? Jenny's telling me. That's my takeaway from this.
And I'm not talking about jumping high. I'm just simply saying get your feet off of the ground because we forget the ability to not only jump up, but to land down with good balance. So we're learning things about functionality of movements, not big muscle, when you say I want to weight train, people say, I don't want to get these big muscles. Well, you're probably not. But that's not what we mean. We need functional, moving, mobility, muscle tissue that will actually prevent you from aging, prevent you from sagging. This is real life situations, and that's how we prevent aging.
Our next one's diet. And diet, a lot of times people think, well, it's a temporary deal. Actually,
restricting
diet
calories.
It's how you eat. It's
Right.
like the ongoing how you eat. So it's your ongoing diet. We talk about that in here, and a lot of people don't really get some simple things, even on like the timing of when you eat, what you eat before you work out, and the combination. So obviously you want to be able to be on your game with your diet. Sleep, something that I see, Jenny, that people miss. I know I missed it for years. It was a blind spot for me. I'm a motivated guy, as you know, and I was just like, I'm getting by on 5 hours of sleep. And then when I woke up and I said, oh, well, if you sleep for the 8 hours that science shows today, you rebalance your hormones and you're operating at much more at peak performance, including your thinking.
Right. Well, your body really cannot heal and repair without sleep, rest, and recovery. It just can't happen. So all of this stuff that we do all day long, even when you work out, you're breaking down lean mass. So it's not really when you're training that you build muscle. It's when you rest, relax, and recover that you can rebuild that muscle. So it's imperative. But your brain works the same way. And we're learning that even weight training helps with cognitive wellness, but it's the resting and that time that you sleep. No sleep used to be like, I can function on 3 hours of sleep. You know what? I think that's fantastic, but you're really not getting the rest that your brain, body, muscle tissue, and all your cells need to regenerate and rejuvenate.
Okay, so we got exercise, we got diet, we got sleep. Number 4 then would be stress management.
Ooh, yes.
Right? Exactly.
Well,
so you get this constant inflammation going on, and like how you think, what do you say to yourself, like stuff's going to happen in life.
Well, and the thing is too, we're not going to change those things.
It's going to happen.
I have 4 daughters. I'm not going to get rid of them. I have to learn how to manage around them. We're not going to stop driving down Dallas North Tollway, which is stressful, but we need to learn how to manage it. We don't want to get to our end of every single day where our adrenal glands are shot, our cortisol levels are shot, and learning how to manage that. Actually, the better condition that your body is in, the faster it can manage cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone.
Jenny, I want to mention my best friend, Bill Conley, said to me a few years ago, when things happen, he says, ask yourself, does it really matter? And sometimes you're going to go, oh, it really doesn't matter 2 days from now or 2 weeks from now. And then something I put into practice I'd like to share with everybody is the concept of serendipity thinking. I wrote an article on it.
I remember that article.
And the idea is that if something doesn't happen just like you hope it is, or hope it was going to, instead of getting stressed out about it, reframe your thinking and say, in my thinking, could it be that something even better could happen? Mm-hmm. And then you're like reframing that stress thinking. So I want to encourage everybody. That's number 4, stress management. Mm-hmm. Number 5 that I put in here is supplementation. And Jane, I'd like you to speak on this. Let me set it up for a minute. A lot of people say, well, I should take my vitamins or some vitamins, and I should do some things that I supplement, but they really don't connect what they're supplementing with their age, their needs, and whether it be a micronutrient, whatever it might be, being able to understand your body so you can customize your supplementation towards what you need.
Right.
You agree?
Well, I do agree. And I think what we talked about earlier when we talk about social media, or we talk about AI function and being able to use those tools to our benefit, we can better understand what kind of, you mentioned micronutrient. We have a micronutrient profile, which is our vitamins and our minerals. We have a macronutrient profile, which is our protein, carbs, and fats. So being able to tap into that you know, if it were 50-50 and micronutrients were just as important as macro, your proteins and carbs, then your vitamins and minerals being imperative to that. And
All
you
that
can,
fits under supplementation,
Right.
and really making sure that whole intake, the fuel that you put in your body, is
Right.
working for you, right?
right, and you don't have to be a perfectionist in this area. We don't have to be a supplement specialist in order to take some supplements that are good for you. This is where we go back to mentorship also. Find somebody that you align with that knows a little bit more about that than you do, so you're not spending money in areas that are not beneficial for you.
Love it. Number 6 is the team around you. I put that in here. I think it's so important that who you surround yourself with. If your spouse or someone you lives with brings good food into your pantry, wrote that book on strategic eating, he puts it in your refrigerator, then you have a better chance of eating things that are good. They're supporting you. Like when
Right.
you're like, hey, should I work out? And they're saying, yes, go work out, and they're encouraging you.
Right.
The people around you really do matter, right?